So this year has been a really interesting year. At the beginning of 2020, we still had a little bit of hope that we were going to get a Key 3. We had been waiting a long time. I mean, it had been almost a year and a half since the Key 2 came out, and then they're like, sorry, TCL BlackBerry Mobile Licensing Agreement is going away in August. You're not getting a new phone. That was kind of like a punch in the gut to a lot of people. I know it was one of those things where it's like, oh my gosh, what are we going to do? We got to wait. We don't know if we're going to get another phone. And then, kind of like 0 hour, Onward Mobility comes out and it's like, ta-da, we're going to pick up the licensing agreement and we're going to make a brand new BlackBerry for 2021. It's going to have a 5G antenna and it's going to have a physical keyboard and it's going to be running Android. Hooray, that's great. But some of you have been waiting a while to get a new phone. Maybe you're still using a BlackBerry 10 device. Maybe you're still using a DTEC device or using the PRIV, and you were seriously considering, hey, maybe I should get a Key 1. Maybe I should get a Key 2. Maybe I should get a Key 2 LE. And that's a legitimate question, and it's a question I get asked a lot of. I get asked that question quite a bit. And in this video, I want to talk about that because we've got 4 phones out there. We've got the Key 2 LE, we've got the BlackBerry Mobile Key 1, we've got the Motion, and then we've also got the Key 2. For some people, these may be some serious upgrades. I mean, if you're still using the PRIV, I mean, shoot, you're still running like Android 5, Android 6. If you're using the DTEC, you're using like Marshmallow, Android 6. So, yeah, it might be a serious consideration for some people. And I don't blame you because a lot of people using BlackBerries have been holding on for a long time, waiting to see if another BlackBerry 10 device would come out, waiting to see if there was going to be another Android BlackBerry device. So if you want to pick one up today and you don't want to wait for the new one to come out, you can. But I don't think necessarily everybody should run out and get one. Of course, you had the opportunity to pick one of these up over the last couple of years when they were still like supported and viable. But you may also be using a phone that's 4, 5, 6, 7 years old now, and you may not want an onward mobility device. You may want to wait and see what happens, or you may be just tired of the battery in your PRIV turning into a small sun in your pocket, and you want something that works better. Well, a lot of times people ask me, on the BlackBerry 10 devices, will WhatsApp work? Will Instagram work? Will Pinterest work? Will all these different things work? And mostly the answer to that is no, or there's some serious workarounds that you got to do to get it to work. Well, all 4 of these devices will still run all your banking apps. They'll run all your social media. You can do Snapchat, you can do Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, all that stuff. You don't have to do any workarounds. So there are some legitimate issues for maybe considering one. But at the end of the day, they're not going to get any more operating system updates. They're not going to get any more security updates. So, but that may not be that big of a deal to you because some people that are using the older BlackBerries haven't had operating system or security updates in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years. So, yeah, I mean, it may not be the end of the world. This may be a good option for you, especially now that the price has kind of dropped on them. I know like the Key 2 prices were hovering a little high for a while because mostly people didn't think we were going to get another phone. And then once that bubble popped, the prices have come down a little bit because people are not basically just holding on to them or selling them at a high price thinking that this is the last one that there's going to be coming out. So if you're going to buy one today, yeah, if you've got some money sitting around and you just want to try one out, or if you'd never tried out an Android BlackBerry and you're still using a BlackBerry 10 device, or if you just missed the physical keyboard and you want something to tide you over or to test out again before the new BlackBerry comes out next year, there are some people that could still enjoy one of these phones. But by and large, most people probably shouldn't go out and buy one because we're going to get the new one next year. But a year is kind of a long ways away. It said first half of 2021. We got a little bit of time left in 2020, but I don't anticipate January 1 this phone is going to be available. So it could be worth exploring. And for some people, it might be a serious upgrade, especially if you're not spending a lot of money. So if you can find one for like 150, 200, 250 bucks, 300 bucks, maybe that might be worth it to you. But the thing is there's so many other good phones that I could recommend that don't have a keyboard that are very much relevant and much more capable phones because a lot has changed in the hardware and the software world in the last couple of years. Shoot, all the BlackBerry mobile devices are still, they peaked out at Android 8. We're starting to get Android 11 now. That's a little bit of difference whenever it comes to software. But the Key 2 LE and the Key 2 are probably your best bets. If you really just want to get a keyboard and save some money, the Key 1 might be all right. I would not recommend the Motion. It's just not, there's not a whole lot of them that were made. The availability just wasn't there. People still want too much money for them. And there's so many really good all touchscreen phones you can get that would be a much better alternative. So I don't really recommend that at all. If I were to say, hey, this is what you should buy right now if you really want one, I would recommend the Key 2 LE. The camera's not the greatest in the world, but the experience, the BlackBerry keyboard, the way everything works together, it's still a really good and capable phone. It's not going to set you back too much, and it's still going to be perfectly good for another year or two. You're not going to have any problems with it other than just no security updates, but you know, it got one a couple of months ago, and it should still be okay for a while. And if you're upgrading from an older BlackBerry device, it's way newer and way more secure than some of, you know, like the other Android BlackBerries like the Priv or the D-Tech. So, yeah, I think that there are some situations that people could still pick one up, but by and large, I'm really not going to recommend this to a lot of people. You need to know about all these things going into it just to understand the situation you're getting yourself into. But if you've been missing out on social media, if you've been missing out on apps, a really good browser, picture-in-picture mode for YouTube. I mean, there's just a countless amount of upgrades in between the BlackBerry mobile devices and the old legacy devices, the BlackBerry 10 devices, and they're much more power efficient, they have much better battery life, and they are much newer hardware than the Priv and the D-Techs. So that's kind of my, here's your lecture, here's me telling you the things you need to be concerned about if you're looking to get one now, but also, yeah, just if you're going to get one, it's probably only going to be good for another 2 or 3 years max. I mean, yeah, there are some people that will hold on to one of these and still be using a Key 2 LE in like 2025. I don't recommend that to most people. We're going to get the new onward mobility device next year. Really excited about that. But hey, if you need a phone, you need a phone. And if you want a BlackBerry, these are your best options right now. So taking all that in consideration, chew on that for a little bit, think about it. And I really just wanted to make this video because I get asked this question from a lot of people a lot of times. Like, I get emails, I get messages in my Instagram, I get Twitter DMs. People are like, hey, should I get this? Should I get that? Should I consider buying one of these? Is this a good option even today? It's going to work perfectly fine. I mean, it's got Android 8. I mean, shoot, the BlackBerry 10 devices are still running on Android 4 emulation, and there's still some Android apps that work for that. So these are going to work for several years to come. The hardware is decent enough as long as you don't get one with quality control issues. If it has a problem, return the sucker after you buy, if you have any issues with it. But yeah, if you're looking at one, definitely look at the Key 2 LE. Look at the Key 2. Those are the best and the brightest and the best experience you're going to get in an Android BlackBerry right now. So that's all I've got on this video. Hopefully it's been helpful. Hopefully it's been giving you some of the information you might be looking for, and so you don't have to worry about asking around and doing Google searches and going into the forums. I wanted to lay this out and let you know what's going on, what your options are. Yes, we've got the new one coming next year, and really, if you're going to get one, you should know about these things going into it. So that's all I've got. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them down in the comment section. I'll get back with you. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button and the little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. And as always, thanks for being here. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you guys next time.